In life, no one can avoid challenges and adversity. To overcome these difficulties calmly and fearlessly, applying Buddhist principles can bring us inner strength and acceptance. This article introduces 10 Buddhist principles that help us embrace adversity with acceptance, bringing peace and happiness to our souls. Principle 1. Impermanence. Anicca. Everything is impermanent. Change is the natural law of all things. Impermanence reminds us that everything in life is temporary, including pain and difficulties. Understanding impermanence helps us accept adversity without becoming too immersed in suffering. It reminds us that suffering will pass, just as joy does not last forever. To practice this principle in life, we should cultivate mindfulness to recognize that emotions and difficult situations are temporary. Focus on the present instead of worrying about the future or regretting the past. A specific way to practice mindfulness is to spend time each day meditating, focusing on the breath, and observing thoughts without judgment. This helps nurture tranquility and a better understanding of life's impermanence. An illustration of this principle is the story of a farmer who lost his crops due to floods. Later, he saw the soil becoming more fertile for the next season. He realized that everything changes and that initial loss opened up new opportunities. Finally, ask yourself, am I clinging to something I need to let go of to accept change and find peace in my soul? Take some time to reflect on these things and find ways to free yourself from unnecessary attachments to move forward with a lighter heart.
Principle 2. Non-attachment. Upādāna.
Let go of what does not belong to you. Non-attachment means not clinging to things beyond our control. By letting go of desires and expectations, we can reduce suffering and anxiety. This does not mean having no goals, but rather accepting what cannot be changed. Let go of uncontrollable desires and focus on the present. Practice mindfulness to recognize when you are clinging to unchangeable things and learn to let go. A specific way is to practice meditation, focusing on the breath, acknowledging, and releasing stressful thoughts. A monk who lost his rice bowl did not get angry but simply said, "Maybe someone else needs it more." He understood that holding on to anger only brings more suffering. Finally, ask yourself, are there desires or expectations I need to let go of to live more peacefully? Reflect on these things and practice letting go to find tranquility in life.
Principle 3. Mindfulness. Sati.
Mindfulness is the path to immortality. Mindfulness helps us focus on the present, not being pulled by the past or future. It allows us to face adversity calmly and clearly, creating a quiet space in the mind to observe and understand our emotions better. Spend time each day practicing mindfulness meditation. When facing difficulties, take deep breaths and focus on the present. A specific way is to spend a few minutes each day meditating, focusing on the breath, and observing thoughts as they come and go without judgment. A worker who lost his job, instead of worrying about the future, focused on learning new skills to find another job. He realized that by living in the present, he could use the time to develop himself. Finally, ask yourself, am I living in the present or frequently being pulled by the past and future? Reflect on this and find ways to practice mindfulness to live more fully in each moment. Principle 4. Compassion. Karuna. Compassion is the root of courage. Compassion for oneself and others helps reduce suffering. When facing adversity, compassion helps us not blame ourselves and treat others kindly. It helps us develop kindness and empathy, increasing inner strength to overcome difficulties. Practice compassion by speaking kind words and comforting yourself when facing difficulties. Do small good deeds to help others. Practice compassion daily, from small actions like a smile to larger acts like helping those in need. A woman who lost a loved one decided to engage in charity activities to help those facing similar hardships. Through this, she found joy and peace in helping others. Finally, ask yourself, am I treating myself and others kindly and compassionately during tough times? Reflect on this and find ways to practice compassion to make life better for yourself and others. Principle 5. Wisdom. Paññā. Wisdom is the light guiding through darkness. Wisdom helps us understand the root of adversity and how to overcome it. By developing wisdom, we can see the true nature of problems and find appropriate solutions. Wisdom is not just knowledge, but the ability to deeply perceive and understand reality. Learn and reflect on life lessons and others' experiences. Read books and attend personal development courses. Practice meditation to nurture wisdom and clarity. A specific way is to spend time each day learning something new and reflecting on what has been learned. A scholar rejected for a job used the time to learn and later found a better position. He realized that failure is an opportunity to grow and perfect oneself. Finally, ask yourself, what lessons have I learned from recent difficulties, and how can I apply them in the future? Reflect on this and find ways to develop wisdom to face adversity more wisely. Principle 6. Equanimity, Upekkhā. Equanimity is the source of peace. Equanimity helps us maintain a balanced mental state, not being disturbed by events. It helps us stay steady in all circumstances, providing a solid foundation to face any difficulty. Practice meditation and deep breathing exercises to keep the mind calm. When facing difficulties, remind yourself that everything is temporary. Focus on keeping a peaceful mind and not being swayed by negative emotions. A specific way is to perform daily breathing exercises and meditation to nurture equanimity in the soul. A person involved in a traffic accident, instead of panicking, calmly handled the situation and called for help. His calmness reassured those around him. Finally, ask yourself, can I maintain equanimity and not be affected by external events? Reflect on this and find ways to practice equanimity to face any challenges in life. Principle 7. Acceptance, Khanti. Acceptance is the first step to freedom from suffering. Acceptance means recognizing and agreeing with the current reality without resisting or denying it. It helps us face the truth and find appropriate solutions. Acceptance is not surrender, but the realization that some things cannot be changed, and we need to adapt. Practice acceptance by facing your true emotions. Write a journal or talk to a friend to relieve and understand the situation better. Remind yourself that no matter how difficult, you can overcome it by accepting and confronting it. A specific way is to spend time each day reflecting on what cannot be changed and learning to accept them. A person diagnosed with a serious illness, instead of denying it, accepted it and sought the best treatment. Acceptance gave him optimism and focus on treatment. Finally, ask yourself, am I accepting reality, or am I still resisting and denying it? Reflect on this and find ways to practice acceptance to face reality more calmly and strongly. Principle 8. Right view, Sammā-Diṭṭhi. Right view is seeing the true nature of all things. Right view helps us have a correct perspective of the world and ourselves, understanding the cause and effect of all actions. It helps us face adversity wisely and clearly, perceiving everything objectively and not being deceived by illusions. Practice right view by asking yourself about the origin of emotions and situations you encounter. Learn and study Buddhism to have a deeper perspective. Practice meditation to develop the ability to observe and understand. A specific way is to spend time each day reflecting on situations faced and viewing them objectively. A person failed in business, reflected on his mistakes, and avoided repeating them in the future. He learned that failure is a valuable lesson that helps him grow. Finally, ask yourself, am I recognizing and understanding the true nature of the situations I face? Reflect on this and find ways to practice right view to face adversity more wisely. Principle 9. Patience, Kshanti. Patience is the key to perseverance. Patience helps us endure and overcome difficulties without giving up. It is the foundation of perseverance and success in all circumstances. Patience helps us maintain faith and continue striving despite many obstacles. Practice patience by setting small goals and achieving them step by step. When facing difficulties, remind yourself that good things take time. Maintain an optimistic spirit and persist in all situations. A specific way is to break down large goals into small steps and patiently complete each step. A student persistently studied despite many difficulties and eventually graduated with excellent results. He realized that patience and perseverance are the keys to his success. Finally, ask yourself, am I being patient with the process and not easily giving up when facing difficulties? Reflect on this and find ways to practice patience to achieve your goals. Principle 10. Determination, Adhitthana. Determination is the inner strength that helps us overcome all obstacles. Determination helps us be resilient and not give up in the face of challenges. It is the inner drive that pushes us forward despite difficulties. Determination is not just physical strength, but also mental strength that helps us overcome all obstacles. Practice determination by maintaining an optimistic spirit and confidence in your abilities. When facing difficulties, remind yourself that you have the strength to overcome them. Seek motivation from those around you and from daily small successes. A specific way is to record small successes daily to remind yourself of your capabilities. An athlete with a severe injury recovered and returned to compete with strong determination. He believed that with determination and resolve, nothing is impossible. Finally, ask yourself, do I trust my abilities and determination to overcome adversity? Reflect on this and find ways to practice determination to overcome all challenges in life. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Through these 10 Buddhist principles, we have explored ways to embrace adversity with acceptance and calmness. These principles are not just philosophical concepts, but practical tools that help us overcome difficulties, finding peace and happiness in life. By applying principles such as impermanence, non-attachment, mindfulness, compassion, wisdom, equanimity, acceptance, right view, patience, and determination, we can nurture inner strength and spirit to face any challenge life brings. Remember, all difficulties can be overcome if we know how to apply these principles in our daily lives. Don't forget to take time to reflect and ask yourself what changes you can make to live a more peaceful life. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. Leave a comment about your experience applying these principles and share your story with us. We are always ready to listen and share positive values with you. Wishing you peace and strength on your journey. See you in the next videos.
Namo Buddha.